everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well and having a good end to your week after the Tuesday night debacle of the 1-0 loss against Wolves. But this is the preview of West Ham's 16th home game of the 24-25 Premier League season, where we welcome AFC Bournemouth to the London Stadium for the second time this season, but the first in the Premier League this season, for a 3 o'clock kickoff this Saturday afternoon. And as such, guys, it's not live on any UK TV channel. But as always, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase some really nice retro and gear. And as you can see from the icon that's up here, there's also track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts in the claret and blue, so go check those out as well. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, as I always say, I'll be sending on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area, and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter, as they're currently supporting probably close to, if not over 90 separate food banks by the time of this recording. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. You'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to the club shop. Apologies if there's any Cherries fans watching, there isn't any retro gear available in there. But if either of you guys want to make a donation directly to the charity and you don't want to make an affiliate link purchase, that's perfectly fine. There is their Just Give and Fund link in the description below. So £1, £2, guys, believe me, every penny helps, and you'll be helping those the less fortunate than you and I. So as always, there's going to be timestamps in the description below, so by means, please do jump around if you wish to the relevant section, but I'd like you to stay around for as long as possible. The more views this gets, the more advertising it gets on YouTube, and likewise, with the more likes these videos get as well, the more advertising it gets on YouTube. So if you haven't already done so, and thank you to those that have on Tuesday night that did subscribe, by means, please do like, share and subscribe. So let's continue on by talking about the officials. The referee for this game is Tim Robinson. His assistants are Eddie Smart and Steve Meredith. The fourth official is Steve Martin. Let's hope he's doing not that much of a joker. On VAR is Jared Gillett, and his assistant is Darren Cann. So yeah, it's again a little bit mixed bags there, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, our last 6 games against Bournemouth, bearing in mind they were out of the Premier League in the 21-22 season, so there's only a season gap, so we can pretty much allow that. We've won 3, drawn twice and lost once at home, scoring 10 and conceding 4. Now, Graham Potter has managed against Bournemouth twice, once with Chelsea, once with Brighton, winning both games 2-0 at home. He obviously had 3 fixtures in total where he lost 1, but the home fixtures he's won both games 2-0. Can we do this again? Can we make this the 3rd game of the season against Bournemouth where we can pick up another win, I should say. I was going to say another 3 points, but as we remember, we beat 1-0 at home in August. I know we drew one all away on the road, but it'd be nice to try and get another win against them both times this season. And also, as I say, in that away fixture a week before Christmas, it was 0-0 at half time. That stupid run up. You guys know, those that have been watching the channel for as long as for quite a good few seasons, I hate that stupid stuttering running start that people do with penalties. I really can't stand it. Paquetá did it and scored on the 87th minute, but unfortunately we conceded a last ditch 90th minute equaliser from Unal, who was pretty much out since that game, which we'll talk about in a little while. Now, also, Fulkrug started that game and was pretty decent. And again, on Tuesday night, he pretty much showed himself to be the better striker option out of the two, in my personal opinion. I'm not really sure Ferguson's got enough to do this, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But in terms of the Premier League table, I'm not going to talk about Bournemouth's position at the moment because they're playing Ipswich at home. It's half time while this video is being recorded, and they are losing 1-0 to Ipswich. But footystats.com away Premier League table shows Bournemouth 5th in the table, winning 6, drawing 5, losing 4, scoring 30 and conceding 24 goals on a +6 goal difference, with an average points per game on the road so far of 1.53. And of their last 5 away games, they've won 2, drawn 2 and lost just 1. So not bad in terms of performance. And obviously the the Cherry fans are going to be a little bit hurting as it stands at the moment by the time of this recording, being 1-0 down to Ipswich, who are pretty much relegated. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult for that. The only difference in their style of play since when we played them in December that I can see is that they are no longer strong at coming back from losing positions, but everything else is pretty much the same. Now, in terms of players to look out for on the road, their highest goal scorer is Cuvier with 10 goals and 4 assists, who's currently being assessed at the moment. And he is the joint in highest assister with Utara on the road as well, with 4 goals and 3 assists. Semenyo is right behind them with 3 assists and 4 goals. And Christie has 3 assists and 1 goal. And their highest aerial dueler winner on the road is Huijsen with 2.6 average aerial duels 1 per game. Zabrani with 2.5 per game, and also Senisi, I should say, with an average of 2 aerial duels 1 per game. Now, both teams are odds on for a 4-2-3-1 formation, and I've got a funny feeling we may be doing that again, because we started off with a 3-5-1-1 against Wolves on Tuesday night. It didn't really work. We switched to a flat back 4 in the second half, and it worked perfectly better than that. So I've got a funny feeling we may be doing that again. In terms of Bournemouth injuries, at the time of this recording, Araujo is 25% chance of returning from a thigh injury for this weekend. Cuvier has failed his late fitness test for the Ipswich game last night, so we'll have to see how he gets on for this one. Sinister is being assessed for a hamstring strain. Tavier is being assessed for an ankle injury and is projected to be back around about mid-April, so we missed this game as well, as will Unal, as he's recovering from knee ligament surgery, I should say, that was happened in January, and is expected to return around about mid-October. So as we're talking about it now, the Bournemouth Ipswich game has literally just kicked off the second half. So it's up there, and I'm going to try not to look at it as much as possible, but I'll try and keep you guys updated. So I'm not going to make much of a difference as far as we're concerned anyway, but it doesn't matter. Now, turning to West Ham, in terms of the Wolves game, Kudus missed the game because it appears that he picked up a knock while out on international duty with Ghana, and maybe being assessed and maybe being contention for Saturday. We'll have to wait and see. Tadibo failed a late fitness test from a knock that he picked up on the day of training. You just can't make this up. You really, really can't. And talking about making things up, Steidten has done an interview I read with The Athletic. It's probably done it with other sources as well recently, saying basically saying that he was never banned from the training ground. We know he was. With 2 separate managers, we know full well. Steidten is basically defecting, putting himself back there in... Deflecting, I should say, not defecting. Well, he did defect, but he has basically trying to put himself back out there, try and get himself a job. He has admitted that, Guilherme, or Guilherme, however which way you want to look at it, his pronunciation, was probably the right player at the wrong time for West Ham. He didn't say that he was the wrong player for it. He wasn't sure that he was the right one and certainly wasn't at the right time. But I still think he's got a future. I don't care what Steidten says. Again, he's deflecting off his decisions, trying to justify everything that he's been doing. So, yeah, as I say, let's talk about the game on Tuesday night. Mixed emotions about that game, because I agree, our first half was terrible. Midfield was non-existent during the first, and quite a lot of the second half as well, for that matter. Ferguson missed at least 2 decent chances that were laid to him by Bowen in that first half, especially that first chance to score, to go 1-0 up early doors. Obviously, as we know, Souček missed the goal right at the death as well, for that matter. So on reflection, it was interesting to see what the Wolves supporters, because a lot of them weren't happy with that performance either, at least the people that put up on their thoughts on the BBC Sport app. But yeah, honestly I do. I think it's some of the supporters there were saying that they felt it was lucky that they got a point. That they got any points. It should, a few people were saying that there should be a point. I personally think we just didn't deserve anything out of that game. Mixed emotions in terms of the refereeing decisions, because I do think that, barring a few things we talked about during the watch along while the game happened, I do think the referee had a relatively decent game. A lot of people that were at the game said he was poor for the majority of it, and it's just interesting to see what happens. Obviously, people didn't people that would have been at the ground at the time wouldn't have known that VAR withheld his decision to not award a penalty for that knee on Fulkrug. Fulkrug, I think, played, as I said at the start of the video, I do think that Fulkrug has proven himself to be the better option out of the two from Ferguson. I'm not convinced. I've been trying to give him some time, and he made a good start. He made a good start on Tuesday, but not good enough in any shape or form. As I say, 2 clear chances he should have easily converted. At least one of the 2 should have been easily converted, I should say. The second one was a header chance that he didn't really do properly. And Fulkrug just looked like the seasoned professional that we were hoping to get in the summer. He was literally just putting himself about in the decent positions, helping out with play. Missed a header opportunity, granted. But as I say, because we couldn't score at the end of the day. But I do genuinely think he is the better option, and as a result of that, I've made some changes to the starting 11. So as always, put your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what starting 11 you'd like to see. Not try and predict what Potter's going to do, just what you'd like to see. And this is the starting 11 that I'd like to see if I was in charge of West Ham United. Areola in goal, with a back 4 of Wan-Bissaka, Casey, Kilman and Scholes. Orford in the defensive midfield positions, with Souček in front of him, supporting Bowen, Irving and Guilherme, with Fulkrug up front. So thank you very much to everybody. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, thank you to those, well, of course, thank you first and foremost for you guys making it this far in the video, because I know I've waffled on a little bit. But also thank you to those that subscribed over the last, 48 hours, basically, by the time you guys get to see this. But over the last 4 weeks, it's increased slightly, just over 61%, 61.8% of you guys that have watching the channel over the last 4 weeks have not been subscribed to the channel. So by means, please do hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well if you're enjoying the video, and more importantly, as I say, hit your notification bell if you are going to subscribe to the channel, because it'd be great to have you on board. Of course, we're 18 away from 2,800 subscribers, and I'm hoping we can try and get there by the end of the season. So guys, please do share this content with anybody that you feel may want to watch it, and basically just make sure that they're aware of the channel. They might not be. But if you've got any Hammers friends, then by all means, please do let them know about the channel. But in the meantime, guys, enjoy the rest of your week, and also the beginning of your weekend as well, for that matter. There will be the full-time thoughts video for the Bournemouth home game at some point. Probably not Saturday night. I haven't seen my mates for a while, so we're probably going to go out on the lash afterwards. But yeah, we're available at some point on Sunday. But in the meantime, guys, have a fantastic time. Look after yourselves. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. All the best now. Take care.